is also specially selected. Okay, thank you. So with the title, which is our local research, building our identity into the geography and history curriculum. And for this topic, we especially we have invited, I think, our very experienced Waldorf teachers, who many of you are very familiar with. But I will still do a brief introduction of her to maybe some of you who are new to her. Okay, so she is currently a Sasana school class teacher, a very senior class teacher in class 6 this year. And she actually has came across Waldorf education since 16 years ago when she is having her first baby. And then after that, after some learning and then attended some trainings and reading and all that, she started her homeschooling her children since about 12 years ago. And then later on, yeah, when the son starts to grow up, wanted to have more social life, then she, together with the children, went into Sasana International School, which formerly was known as Kalikalik. Yeah, so she has gone through the local geography. As we know that we started geography in grade 4 onwards. Yeah, so local geography is very much depending on teachers' research, to build into the curriculum. So we are very, very delighted that we have able to get teachers sitting to come and share with us on this part with the title, Building Our Identity into Geography and History Curriculum. So for all the teachers, we would like to invite teachers sitting.
Thank you. Thank you, Lisi. Yeah. Can you hear me clearly, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone had your dinner and you have took your bath and everything is settled down. Yeah. Yeah. I was invited by Lisi and also the MWTC committee to talk about this localization of geography and history. And when she asked me, I thought, yes, I would share. And then the second day I came and I thought, actually we have been doing this many years, all of us, since MWTC. I think MWTC has been more than 6 years, maybe 7 or 8 years. And what we do every year in MWTC is a localization of our teaching. So then I thought maybe I wouldn't share a lot for today, because I think all of us have been on this self-research pathway. Once you are a Waldorf teacher, then you are on this self-research pathway. So I think this plenary session is not just about me talking, but I would also like to have some breakout rooms later, so that you can talk in your group, and then after that maybe some of you all can share what you all have done. So I think it's a exchange of ideas and also what you have been doing. I think this is the spirit of MWTC, because we work on what other people build on, or we get inspiration from our colleague too. Okay. So before I go into the geography and history curriculum, I think we have to look as Waldorf education, we always look from the basis of understanding the child, understanding the human being. And we know that we as Malaysian, we have this identity of Malaysian, and then you have your cultural background. You are either Chinese, Malay, Indian, and also you are living surrounded by all these cultures, all these festivals. And also if we look back at our history, we have also the influences of besides China and India, yeah, which is part of our culture, we have also influences from Europe, which strongly, which is during the colonial times, which is England, yeah. So actually, if you look at a big picture, besides we are a Malaysian, we are also a world citizen, yeah. That's why when we look at the history, we look from a world perspective when we start to talk about history. Okay, so anyway, when we look at the child, yeah, when we as a teacher, when we teach the child, you know that when we teach in school, no matter what subject, we start all the materials that we use, the content that we use, it is already existing in our space or our time. Yeah, there's nothing new. It is already here, what we teach. So in other words, what we teach our children, what we use as a tool in our classroom to teach the children is actually something from the past. Yeah. And I use all these tools or content from the past, and I need to meet the child. And I want to enable the child to be able to meet his future. Yeah. And I think the question here is we do not know. All of us do not know what is our future going to be like. Yeah. If I think about 20 years ago or 30 years ago, yeah, it is a very different world. That internet, we don't really use internet, and then we use telephone and things like that. It's 30 years ago, it's a totally different kind of situation. And the how I think how the society is improving, it's becoming faster and faster. And I don't think I can really foresee what the society will be or what the society will have in 3 years' time. Because basically you look back 2 years ago without MCO, when we go out and meet people, we do not need to wear mask. Yeah. But now I cannot go out without a mask. The mask is even important than my wallet and my handphone. Yeah. So I think the world has changed a lot. Yeah. But this future is something that we do not know. So when we teach the child in the classroom, we teach them with something that we already know. That is the past. Yeah. And now we have to meet the child, and we do not know the child's destiny. And we don't even know our own destiny. Not to say we don't even know, but we can't really see it in reality. Yeah. So what we can do the best is to have all these knowledges from the past. Yeah. That we bring it into our daily life, our daily teaching, and then through our hands, we work with our children. We co-create the new content with our children. Yeah. Why I want to say this is because this is my second round. I think a lot of you all know that this is my second round teaching class 6. And what I have been doing in my first round and what I've been doing in my second round is totally different. You really need to be in front of the child, although you are using the same content, but you are creating different things with the children. And hopefully, with the work that we do, we are able to build the ability of the children to meet their future, yeah, to build their potential, to let them realize their ability. Okay, yeah. So that's why geography and history is very important. Yeah. Okay. Now we go into geography. Geography is the learning of what we learn about the space. Okay, what we is like what those who went for Gunther's class, yeah, it is the orientation towards the space. Okay, and history is an orientation towards the time. Yeah, so in geography, what I want to build in the children is I love my environment. Yeah, and this environment that I live in, the macro environment or my house environment. Yeah, I can live very safely and comfortably in it. And I know I can work with this world outside me. Yeah, and I can love my place. Yeah, because I love it, I will try to make it sustainable. Yeah, I will try to bring new creativity into the place. Yeah, this is geography. And if we talk about history, it is orientation towards time, but towards learning the history. We hope that the child understand that how a modern man or he himself, how will he become, the human being, being. I am becoming. Yeah, there's no ending point. Yeah, until you die in the earth. Yeah, but not spiritually, but you are still becoming. So I think this is a time orientation towards time. Okay, yes. So now, before I start, we will go into breakout room first. I think we can, let's see, we have 34. I think we can break out by school, right, Lizzie? Yeah, we break out by school, and we break out by school, and then you will, in your school, in your group, you may discuss how you localize the geography and history curriculum. Yeah, that's very easy, right? It's just something to warm up before I want to listen first. Yeah. So we break out, I think 15 minutes. Yeah. And then you discuss what have you all been teaching. If you have the idea all the way until class 12, I think that's good. If not, then we just stick to class 1 until class 8. But if your school do not have 7 and 8, class 7 and 8, maybe you can work until class 6. That is fine as well. Yeah. So it's a discussion that as a colleague between your school, what have you all been doing? And maybe then later when we come out, we can share that. Yeah. So please make sure you pick someone in your group to share. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Lizzie.
Okay, I'll open the breakout room now. So teachers, you can choose according to your school. And those who are not sure, please stay back for a while.
I have no one to. My school is not here.
Yes. Yeah, I'm looking at the list now. Lisa, you can go and join Anya. Little Forest, I think also 1 or 2 only, right? I think.
我只有一个人来而已嘞。
去 Little Forest， 那也全部一个人来的去 Little Forest。
去 Little Forest 啊，真的。
啊
OK go
我去跟他说，他们很欢迎的。
很多人两个人。
他山那也是没有人嘞。
我山那也
是没有人，全部去 Little Forest。
好，有 Anya 搞定了。Anya
Rainforest Treehouse 只有一个，然后 Gender Bar 也只有一个。
是咯，我去你可能去 Rainforest Treehouse 叫他 join Springfield 咯，好吗？然后我叫你们去 join 我叫他去 join 谁呢 ？Cal Steiner， 我叫他 join Cal Steiner， 因为那边讲英文。
Okay, I can move him there. I can move her there actually.
But 你要跟他讲啊。
你是 KL Standard 好像是属于我一个人而已，是吗？
思婷，
来说，
可以3我一下吗？我在弄着我电脑。
你是等一下啊，可以讲啊，我 send 你啊，
NG，
是什么？我看你，
我现在要再 log out，然后再 log in 进来，可以吗？
可以啊，可以啊。
我要去哪里？先跟我讲。
你去
OK，我先 log out 先啊。去哪里？
suppose 是要去 homeschool group 的吗？
OK，等一下我进来我才进去呀。
你的 forest 太大盘里面。
Homeschool 没有，这边可能几个可以过去吧，好像 Alice
是我在找着我到底要去哪里，因为 Little Forest 好像太多人了。
是咯，去那个
我在看
homeschool 咯 ，homeschool 好吗？你在那边等一下，我们
homeschool 好像没有人呢。
秀英是哪里？Irene， Irene 是 Little Forest。
Irene Little Forest。
林心，
我去 Little Forest 裁员。
好吧，那 Alice 你去 homeschool 了。
OK，我在 homeschool 等咯。
好。林心 ，are you here? And 其中，加其中。加其中 ，which school are you from? We are actually having breakout session now. Hello, Laiha. We are actually having breakout session by school. May I know which school you are from?
Hello.
Hello.
I'm from
Sorry? Laiha? You can join according to your school, or if your school has no other people, then you go and join the homeschool. Could you hear me? You just go according to your school name. You can join the breakout room. If your school has no one, then you join the homeschool.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
哎，历史我觉得可以叫我们 join 那个 Rainforest Tree House。
是，那个 Alice 还在他们的 line 有些不好啊，一直会断线啊。妈看 Alice 一个人呢，在那边。
Laiha, are you there, Laiha?
Yeah, I'm here.
You are from Janabite, right?
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
joining Sasana next year. So where should I go then?
I think because you all were late, right? Surina was early, so she went to KL Steiner group. So maybe you can
Oh.
join the KL Steiner group.
Okay. Or shall I go to Sasana or Kiel Steiner? Is it the same?
No, Sasana, there's no one there.
Oh, okay. I go to Kiel Steiner, yeah?
Yeah, you go to KL Steiner.
Okay. Kiel Steiner.
Wailing
Wailing 也是那个的，应该是Surina 的组了。
哦，OK，
Irene 不是在 Little Forest 的咩？
是他没有回应哦，可能他
了解
OK，我去 homeschool 了。
啊，去吧，你剩4分钟。 Finish?
Yeah, finish.
Finish. Okay, let's wait for everyone to come up. Okay, is everyone out? Right? Everyone is out, right? Yeah, okay. Yes. So any group wants to share first? This is a difficult question, right? Okay, Z, yes, thank you.
Yay, Z! Wow, our heroine.
Really, afterwards can relax listen. Anyway, we think geography and history cannot be really like separated, like geography is geography, history is history, because the what do you call that, the space in time and space the what already the orientation in space, orientation in time actually move together, because in the land that we are staying, there is a history of the land. So in class 4, when we teach our geography, we start from our home and local surrounding, and also our family. So very localized, and then we spread, usually we spread through Selangor and Klang Valley. So that is where we start from. And we also do talk about the biography of the people in that land, and also the land history. But we also do take note that we are teaching geography and not history. So we will try to do balance that out, that we really talk about the what is the economy at the area and how the people live at the area. But that area doesn't just pop up like that, you know, there is a history in that land as well. So then and in class 4 we also talk about Orang Asli. So that is how we know about the how the land started a long time ago. Then when we are in class 5, we talk about the Malaysian geography, and in the Malaysian places that we talk about, we also talk about the some history, land history of the places. And then when we cover the Borneo side, we there are some teachers who will also talk about the Orang Asli from the Borneo side. And when we talk about the Borneo, we don't only talk about the Sarawak and Sabah. We do also touch about Brunei and Indonesia, because that is the whole Borneo. So that when we do the Southeast Asia, we don't have to like go back to this area again and just specifically talk about little Borneo there. So then and then in class 6 we will go to Southeast Asia. Yeah, so that is very much still connected with us. And in class 6 there is also Southeast Asia, and there is my school class 6 teacher this year talks about Tamadun Islam. So because during the Crusaders they will talk about Nabi Muhammad, and then you know, apparently she said that it is the middle part to join both sides, the China and then the western part, and that is like the point, what is the real things that is happening there. All right, the melting pot there. So then we don't have much experience with class 7 and class 6, though we know that in geography, class 7 we will go to Asia, and class 8 we will go to world geography. But in detail, we don't have much experience in that in my group. Yeah. Anything else add on, Enya?
Maybe I can add on one. Actually,
Enya got one message from me.
you say that. No. I just add on. Actually, in class 5, we learn about India civilization, right? Yeah, actually, that can be related with our geography also, because you know we are multi races. Yeah, here. Yeah, so we talk about when we talk about India civilization, then we can relate to our local geography. Yeah, and then another one, the very important, yeah, Z, continue.
There is another one, ancient Chinese. We also talk about ancient Chinese, because most of our students are also has their their ancestors back in China, right? So we also talk about ancient China history. And then today during our sharing earlier this morning, when we were talking about geography, Enya talked about what she has learned from Gunther, one of our teachers trainer. Why do we learn geography? Because we realize that a lot of our teachers, right, cannot connect with geography. You know, a lot of us say we don't like geography because of our past experience from our primary school or secondary anyway. So so the main reason why we learn geography is to learn to love others, because when you know about why this kind of environment affect how the people live and why they are living that way and not your way, where you are living, then you know how to have empathy, and you will know how to love others as well, and you will not judge in a way. But we start and then one of the teachers said that, oh, but we have to start loving ourselves before we love others. But that's exactly what we did, because in class 4 we always start with ourselves, from our family, and then we expand out to our local surrounding. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, any other teachers who wants to add on? I thought was quite good. Yeah. Any other teachers? From other school, perhaps? Hey, no one. Yeah lah. We always face this problem when you ask anyone wants to share, no one. Never mind. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So from what I'm sure there are very experienced teacher in every group. I've seen the group list just now. I'm sure all of you all know how to localize geography and history. Yeah. Okay. So now I would like to go to the big picture. Yeah, the big picture of geography and also history. Okay, so we look at geography first, and we says that it starts it is an orientation towards space. Yeah, so we start where the child is now. Okay, and we don't start geography in class 4. Actually, we start geography in class 1 or even kindergarten already. When the children, when they go out and play with the environment, when they go for their nature walk, and then when they pick something from the nature and put on their nature table, that is when geography starts. Yeah, but the method that we teach geography before class 4, it's very different. Yeah, it is because the child is a whole being with the outside environment. Yeah, so that's why they learn a geography different way from class 4, because after class 4, that after they have passed the Rubicon, then they are able to separate, and then they can learn from their environment more objectively. Yeah, so in class 1, class 2, class 3, the geography curriculum happens in your outdoor lessons, nature walk, nature lessons, even craft work and celebration. Yeah. For example, 1 year I remember our school celebrated Deepavali, and children works with the banana leaf and things like that. Yeah. During Hari Raya, they learn to weave ketupat and things like that. Yeah. So these are the beginning of how the child learns the local environment. And that is something I think all the schools, all the teachers already know, because you are very creative in using all these natural materials in your lessons. Yeah, so that is how we start to weave our local identity into geography. Okay, and then in class 4, it is actually where the geography starts, where they have, because they are already separated from the environment after the 9 years change. So now we are able to teach them geography and to bring to their consciousness the 4 directions. Yeah, how can I find myself? How can I orientate myself in this space? Yeah, that's why we have to start local here. Yeah, and in class 4, we have the animal block. Yeah, an animal block is something that we can also weave in the local animals. Okay, so for example, I did tiger, the Malaysian elephant, orangutan, sang kancil, yeah, all these local animals, I've weaved it in my class 4 students, for my class 4 students, yeah. And in class 5, for me, I did a Malaysia geography, and I think some schools, they also did Southeast Asia geography. That means Malaysia as part of Southeast Asia. I think that is fine, yeah. It is up to you and your students. You have to really feel your students whether they can really take this whole picture, or how do you present this whole picture to the students, yeah. But I think whether you teach Southeast Asia in class 5 or class 6, I think it is fine, but it depends on how the teacher brings it, yeah. So that is also a localization. And in class 5, botany, there's a chance for you to localize the lessons as well. So I remember in class 5, I also taught plants like I mean the lower plants. Teacher who have taught about taught in class 5, the lower plants, basically we can find it all in Malaysia. Mushroom, lichen, moss, all these things you can find it in Malaysia. But the higher plants, yeah, I'm talking about the higher plants. The higher plants I talk about what do you call that? The banyan tree, yeah, the banyan tree, the rain tree. I've also talked about the coconut tree, yeah. So the trees that live near to the child, okay, that was what I did in class 5 for the higher plants. And then in class 6, yeah, I did Asia. Southeast Asia is part of Asia, so I did not the whole Asia, but Asia as in Southeast Asia, part of China, part of India, and part of can you hear me? Yes,
Yes.
okay. So yeah, and I also did a bit of Middle East, yeah. And then after that, we have also, you can localize your curriculum in rocks and minerals, yeah. For example, the limestones, where you can find the limestones, and also actually I started with them going out their house and look for different types of stones and just observe the stones, yeah. So that is also localize. You can do localization through rocks and minerals, okay. And in class 7, with you see, like beginning I said, we always work our understanding based on the child or the human being. So in class 7, in history, we have the explorer block, yeah. The children, they want to explore something new. So usually geography, we will go into Africa or a new continent, something that is really very new for them, yeah. So we will do Africa, and also maybe parts of the parts where it is behind the Himalaya range, the Gobi deserts, yeah. And we also do astronomy in class 7. Astronomy is part of geography, and it is also observing the sky above, yeah, above the child, the nature above the child, okay. And class 8, we have world geography, where they learn the cross, and also when they learn about America, for example, they learn to compare America with Malaysia, yeah, or they learn to compare America with Asia, things like that, yeah. So you see that geography is a orientation where from the child where he is, and slowly it goes further and further, and he finds this relationship really to understand the world, and he can live safely in the world. He feels safe in the world, and he will love the world, yeah. Okay, next we go to the more difficult part. I think it is the history curriculum, because for me, I always have this struggle. I'm not sure other teachers have this struggle. I always have this struggle that how should I make the Malaysian history to be more structured for the students, yeah. And I think I have found my way. I've not done it, but I think I found my way that I would like to share. Okay, so we just go through a rough picture first, okay, for history. Class 1, we do Grimm's Tales. Yeah, everyone knows we do Grimm's Tales, and also we can do a local tales where I found this book that day. I text my junior school teachers, where is my book? There's this book on the local princess. Yeah, Bunga Tanjong. Yeah, there's a story about Bunga Tanjong. There's a story about many different flowers, and all these flowers are connected to princess. Yeah, or like Putri Gunung Ledang, things like that. Yeah, so these tales we can tell it in class 1. Okay, and then after that, we go into fables and saints in class 2. Yeah, and in local, we will do Orang Asli animal tales. Yeah, because they are the fables. So we will work on the Orang Asli animal tales, where you see how the Sang Kancil, the story of Sang Kancil and the crocodile, or the Sang Kancil and the tiger and things like that. Yeah, and in class 3, it is the creations. And our experience is I may do a summarize for all of us, yeah, that we do besides the Hebrew creation, which is the creation for all the major religion, yeah, which is the Christian, the Jews, the Islam. Yeah, we do the Old Testament story in class 3. Yeah, and then we also tell the story of Chinese creation in class 3. That I think depends on your class combination. If your class has a lot of Chinese students, I think that is an option to do that. But if your class has a lot of Indian students, I think Indian creation story can fit well that time too. Yeah. Okay. And in class 4, we do Norse mythology, but we also tell the creations from the Orang Asli. Yeah. Okay. And then that class 1 until class 4 are the myth, the stories. Yeah. And start from class 5, we have history timeline, where we start from ancient India, Persia, Mesopotamia, Egypt, and Greek. Yeah. And in Chinese history, we start from Xia Shangzhou, and no, some certain schools start even a bit earlier. Yeah. I think it's fine. And then we usually end at Sun Qiu Kongzi. Yeah. And then in class 6, we have Rome, and Chinese history, we have Zhanguo, Qin and Han dynasty. Okay. And then this year, I have added the Islamic Civilization as a block for my students. Yeah. And I think this is very important. Yeah, I will share why. And then in class 7, usually we will do in our norms curriculum. Yeah, we always do Middle Ages, Renaissance, and Explorer. And then in grade 8, we do Industrial Revolution. And some school, they do World War. Yeah. Okay. Now, what I want to share here now is, okay, Lizzie, can you spotlight my piece of paper? Yeah, I think you spotlight that piece of paper enough. You do not need to spotlight me. Make that piece of paper bigger. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we start from the timeline of ancient. We start from class 5. Yeah, because before class 5, everything is myth. Yeah. So we start from class 5. Okay. Class 5. Okay, I can see. We have ancient India. Ancient India, the timeline is about 7,000 BC. Okay, that means about 9,000 years ago. And then we have ancient Persia. This is about 6,000 years ago. No, not 6,000. 6,000 BC. Yeah, which is 8,000 years ago. And then we have Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia. Okay, this is about 6,000. Yeah, this is also about 6,000 BC. And then it ends around 539 BC. Okay, and then we have ancient Egypt. This is 5,000, starts around 5,300 years. And then this ends about 30 BC. 30 BC, this is the time where, you know, the story of Rome. This is the time about when Antony met Cleopatra, and then in the end, Cleopatra murdered herself. Yeah, she committed suicide. It is about this time, okay? And then ancient Greek starts around 3000 BC and then ends about 30 BC also. Yeah, and then we have ancient Rome. This is 753 BC and ends about 476 AD. That means now, okay? And then we have the Middle Ages. This is class, okay, this is class 6. This is class 7, Middle Age. Okay, sorry. Our school, we do Middle Age in class 7, but certain school, they do Middle Age in class 6. I think that is fine, where you want to do Middle Age, yeah? Because it is just a link. Okay, and then we have the Renaissance. And then we have Explorer. All these are around, for Renaissance is these two, Renaissance and Explorer. Yeah, this is 14th century to 1718, 17th century. And then we have class 8. We have the Industrial Revolution. This is 18th to 19th century. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we have the European we have the European perspective of the curriculum or the history of the world. Okay, and now we try to put in the Chinese or the China history. Yeah, and here in between here we have about 2000 BC here. We have Xia Sangzhou. Okay. And then this is Xia Sangzhou. And then we have 700 BC. 这个是战国. The English name is, I cannot remember. Yeah, sorry. And then we have, then there's one thing that I want to add here. Ming Dynasty. One 1368 to 1644. Okay. And then here, here we have, I forgot, here I have Sun Chu. Okay. And then now here, what I did in class 6, I have the Islamic Civilization. Okay, and this is about Muhammad, I think it's about 600 BC or something like that. No, sorry, 600 AD. About, yeah, I can't really exactly remember the year. Yeah. And then we have the golden age of Islam. This is the 8th to 13th century. Yeah. Okay, so you see that this link from a world view, you see this link of here, the wisdom grow from India all the way to Rome, and then Europe goes into Middle Age, a Dark Age. But what happens to all the wisdom? It is brought to the Islamic civilization. It is preserved there, and it is brought to another higher level through the Islamic scholars. Yeah, okay, and here ends around 13th century, and it is brought back to the Renaissance again. Yeah, so you see that there is this flow of impulse. This is what I observe. Yeah, this is what I observe. Okay, it may not be true. Yeah, so please prove it yourself or read it yourself. Okay, and then why I put China here? Okay, so now we look at the local Malaysia history. Our Malaysia. Okay, we have this part of 9,000 years ago. People say that this the human migration from either from Africa or from what do you call that, China, yeah. And we call this, usually they are called the Austronesian. Okay, there are three different views on this migration, but I think that is for adults. I don't think we need to tell the kids. Yeah, okay, but and also here, this is actually the Orang Asli. Yeah, there are three waves of Orang Asli. We have the first wave that came was the Negritos. Yeah, and now they really live remote and very deep into the forest. Okay, and then we have the second wave migrations, which is the Orang Semai, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and they are usually the farmers. Yeah, they live near the forest edge. Yeah, and we have the last wave of migration, which are the Proto-Malays, or the Orang Laut. Yeah, and these people, they live near the seaside. Yeah, and of course they do some plantation. Yeah, so you can find all this story in the Orang Asli museum, or you can find any in the Orang Asli books. Yeah, okay, and then we come to, if we look at Asia, yeah, okay, in our local history book, we don't always start with, yeah, but Malaysia, the Malacca, and Malacca is a very important starting point for us. Yeah, so this Malacca Sultanate, this is 14th century, no, yeah, 1403 to 1511. Okay, and before this, what was the kingdom that that holds the whole Southeast Asia, or the sea maritime route? This is actually the Majapahit Kingdom. Yeah, and Majapahit is 11th to 16th century. Okay, and before Majapahit, we have Sri Vijaya. Okay, this is 7th to 12th century. And before, we have Funan, 1 to 6th century. In between, yeah, there are also many other countries or kingdoms, such as what do you call that? Lankasuka, Sailendra, things like that. But I think after I've went through, I only picked these 4. There's one important kingdom that you may wish to talk a little about is Siam, yeah, Thailand. Why? I will tell you later. Yeah. Okay. So with this picture, yeah, we know that. Okay. Let's see if I can. Yeah. Okay. If we look at the world map, yeah, in the 1st century, okay, before the explorer time, yeah, this part of the world is not known to the Europeans, yeah, but this part of the world is already very, very active, yeah. Traders from India and Arab here, they will sail through, and also they will meet China, and also they will sail through. Yeah, this part of the waterway, it's very, very busy. Okay, and we also know that this Chinese empire here, it is very strong. Yeah, same as the Indian empire here. Okay, and that's why the sea route here, it is very busy. Okay, and here this sea route, when Funan is somewhere up here. Yeah, Funan, when they were the powerful kingdom here, they were in charge of the sea route here. Yeah, okay, and then Srivijaya, they became a strong influences starting the 7th century. Okay, and it is said that Srivijaya, they are started by the Indian traders. Yeah, so that's why they have the Hindu culture for the Srivijaya. Okay, and then Srivijaya, the influence of Srivijaya was very, very long until 12th century, and then Majapahit took over. This is in Eastern Java, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and then after that, with the fall of Majapahit, yeah, actually they left this there's no one powerful anymore at the Straits of Malacca, and also what do you call that, Southeast Asia. Yeah, and Siam was a very old kingdom that time. Yeah, when they saw the fall of Majapahit, yeah, they tried to take over Kedah, Malacca, Johor, and things like that. Yeah, but that time Parameswara, yeah, started the Malacca Sultanate. Yeah, and I think you should remember, right, that the Malacca Sultan always send the golden flower, I think, bunga emas to Siam. Yeah, okay, so that means like I'm under your rulership, like that. Yeah, but the Malacca Sultan, with the visit of Cheng Ho, yeah, and they try to make good relationship with China, so that Siam do not intrude in the governance of the Malacca Sultanate on the Malacca Straits of Malacca. Yeah, okay, so so that's why I put Ming Dynasty here. Why? Because this is Cheng Ho. Yeah, and here we will have an important three important figure that we will talk. I will tell my students. Yeah, I'm not going to tell here. Tun Perak, Hang Tuah, and also Tun Mutahir. Yeah, okay. Can you all see clearly? No. Is it clear? You see, I think I can spotlight the whole thing. Yeah, let me see.
I think we
Okay, I think this is
this better.
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So here it's Tun Perak. the biography that I will tell the children will be Tun Perak, Hang Tuah, and Tun Mutahir. Yeah, and you see, here before Ming Dynasty, it is Yuan, and Yuan, it's it is the empire of the Mongolian. Yeah, Genghis Khan. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, the story here. Yeah. Okay. From here, what I would suggest is, when you have finished ancient Rome, you have finished the Islamic civilization, you have finished the Middle Age before you start Renaissance and Explorer. It would be good to recap Funan, Srivijaya, Majapahit, and Malacca Sultanate again to the student, so that they have a clearer timeline of the history. Yeah. So I would do that again with them. Yeah. And then Tun Mutahir is actually the last what? I don't know what is the name. The last Sultan of Malacca Sultanate is Sultan Mahmud, right? So he's the advisor of Sultan Mahmud. Yeah. Okay. And so after Middle Age, I will do this stretch with the students. Yeah. And then I will go back into Renaissance, Explorer. And from Explorer here, you will see that the Portuguese will attack the Malacca Sultanate, right? But why the Portuguese did not do it earlier? Because Ming Dynasty had influence on the Malacca Sultanate. Yeah, but we know that after the seventh time the Cheng Ho came down, and then Ming Dynasty closed. Yeah, there's no more sea trading, there's no more going out. Yeah, and you will observe that this withdrawal of the China power from Asia, and that's why the European explorer, they have this chance to attack the Malacca Sultanate. Yeah, of course, there are also stories inside here that says that Malacca was very weak that time under the rulership of Sultan Mahmud and things like that. So there are these two inner destruction and an outer destruction. Yeah, a power that leaves the place and then another power that comes in. Yeah, so I think that's why I will put this after I finish the Middle Age, and then I will put here, and then with the story of Cheng Ho, yeah, here, and then you link back again. Yeah, and in class 8, during when you do Industrial Revolution, here you can talk about the colonial times. Okay, and then in class 9, you can talk about World War II and also the Malaysian independence. Yeah, and then I think that part of the story will be easier. Okay, I'm not sure you all can digest. Yeah, so I think this is what I want to present to the local research for the history part. Yeah, any question? No question? Okay, good. Or any teachers?
Su Ting,
Yeah.
I ask you for grade 9, you start World War I, World War II, or modern history?
That is really the question, no? I wanted to end my talk with this question. Since we may ask, I will talk a little bit about this, because I think this is a question that I've been thinking this year. World of Education has been 100 years. Yeah, 100 years. That means when Rudolf Steiner gave this part of the curriculum from ancient India all the way to Industrial Revolution, when he talked about this, That was in early 20th century. And now we are in the 21st century. And we have this whole stretch of 100 years of history. And so many things happen in this 100 years of history. And where should we put it in the curriculum? I think that is the question. So what I know from certain Waldorf school is they will do World War I even in class 8. Yeah, because they will talk about the liberty. There are three, right? The liberty, freedom, and fraternity. Eh? The three, right? That you have to be free. Yeah. So industrial revolution is the economics part, human rights. Yeah. So certain teachers, they already teach World War history in class 8. So I really think that it really depends on the children. You really have to look at the children for the high school part. Yeah. But the high school history has to do with contemporary history and also more focused to our society now. Yeah. So I cannot really answer your question, Mimi. Maybe next year you can share with us. Or you would like to share what have been Penang Waldorf doing? What Sasana is doing is in class 9, 10, they talk about human rights, pacifism, how we can bring human rights in a peaceful way. So, for example, they talk about Martin Luther King and also Mahatma Gandhi, how they fight for justice in a peaceful way and not a bloodshedding way. Yeah, although both of them, they are murdered in the end. Yeah. So this is what what our school is doing at the moment.
In grade 9, we do talk about modern history, whereby we bring one thing is very interesting that maybe you can have a thought is that we bring the history of plastic, because now the children, they are very used to plastic, so we bring in the history of plastic. Yeah, and then we also bring about the Cold War between US and Russia, and then the Mahatma Gandhi, the few then they had presentations for few heroes, all that.
Yeah, I think the history of plastic is very good. Yeah. Okay. Because when we talk about industrial revolution, it is not really just only about economics change, but you can also talk about agriculture revolution. Every time when a revolution starts, it has an ideal. Yeah, I want to do something good for the human society. But after a few years, you will see the dark side of that revolution. Yeah. Same as agricultural revolution or information technology revolution. We say that we want to digitalize everything, make everything mechanic so that we can have more time for ourselves. Yeah. But instead, I think we are tied to the media's more. Yeah. We do not have more time. Yeah. And agriculture is the same. Yeah. We want to make sure everyone is full, everyone has enough food. Yeah. But in the end, we see the dark side where our earth is destroyed by chemicals. Yeah. So revolution always starts with an ideal. And I think that is good. Yeah. That is good. Yeah. But I think there is also the dark side of it. Yeah. We have to see it in a full picture. Okay. Yep. Okay. Yes. So if there is no question, then I think this is what I can share, the little things, the little parts. Yeah. And I hope that the teachers will again move from here, and we move together again, not the teachers. Yeah, we move together again. This is our research. Yeah. Our work, our research, because we are creating the futures together. Yeah, just like how you create the future together with your student. What we know, the past is already the past. This is the past, and from what we have, we will create our future. Yeah, and okay, so I will hope you all have 2 more days. Yeah, enjoy your conference. Yeah, all right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Sitting.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sitting. And wow, we start to receive many thank you messages from our teachers. Yeah, I think yeah, everyone, if you would like to say thanks or whatever, feel free. Okay, because we are going to end very soon, and I would say please really make good use of this MWTC platform, where this is the platform for us to exchange the ideas, just like what teacher Sitting mentioned. We do our research, and then we could do our exchange of idea over here, where this is the conference that is made for this main purpose. And I think tonight is really thankful to teacher Sitting for the whole picture. I gained a lot also. I think same as many of our teachers here. So if there's nothing else from anyone, we can make it a day, and we'll end slightly earlier, right? Okay. Yep. So all right. Thank you very much, teacher Sitting, and thank you everyone for your presence. Thank you.